Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today starts my favorite thing on MTG Arena, the Metagame Challenge, where for 2,000 gold you get to enter a win until you lose tournament, kind of mini queue. You keep playing until you lose a game of best of 3, and then you win progressively more gold and packs, upwards of 30 free packs. And we love free packs here. It's the only way to get a full collection on Arena. Free packs, free packs, free packs. So this format today is timeless. We kind of differentiate between each month. For the last little bit, we've been having different formats. So we're going to be playing some timeless today. We are going to start off with some Orzhov Scam Vampires. This is a list from Missman. And then as we kind of get warmed up, hopefully we get 7 wins, and that takes us for like a nice 2 hours. If not, we will pivot and we will play some blue-black Psychic Frog mid-range tempo. We'll kind of bounce around between the decks. So let's take a look at today's deck, what we're going to be starting off with. The server is incredibly laggy for whatever reason. You know, just trying to go to menu and it's freezing. So the only change I made was because I was short on Necropotence and I didn't want to spend another Mythic Wildcard on it. But we are trying to combo in a way. So we have the Scam package here. So we have Grief, we have Solitude, which are the pitch elementals. You can pitch them. If you're in full control mode, you can ephemerate them and then bounce them back into play so you don't have to sack them. So that's effectively on turn 1, you can double Grief your opponent and steal 2 of their cards. This deck here has the Dark Ritual, Sorin line, and it's playing Saint Elenda over Vein Ripper, just a little bit more impactful card for the meta. This is an Alchemy Vampire. So lifelink 4/7. When it enters the battlefield, you conjure a card of your choice from the spellbook. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, you create an XX avatar where X is the life you gain this turn. So you either get like Faith Feathers, you can get Inspiring Cleric, Invoke the Divine, Ritual of Rejuvenation. So it's just ways to like gain 4 life with some sort of effect. Most of the time you're going to like Faith Feathers. They don't have much going. You can do Inspiring Cleric. So it just makes a lot of bodies, gains your life, which is nice. You have the turn 1 Dark Ritual into Necro line. And then just some removal, Fragment Realities. You have Divine Purge, very good against like the energy decks, stuff like that. And some Troll of Kazoods just helps you hit with your mana. And then it's another thing you could kind of cheat out with Dark Rituals. Notably, there's no Reanimate in this build. It's going a little bit more in terms of the Scam package. I might want to just try. How many lands are in this deck? 20. I think I want to play Reanimate over it, to be honest, over the Bauble. I know Miss Min was working a lot. I just don't think Bauble's really what we need in this deck. We'll play some Reanimates in here. Works nice with Troll as well to get that value. The only other thing I wanted to do... Hey, Brandon. By the way, we're live on YouTube, so if you see chat pop up, stuff like that, it is that very reason. I just wanted to cut the Isolated Chapel and play 1 Plains. The mana base right now, well, we're largely Blood Moon proof in the sense that we can fetch around it. I do want to have access to Plains since the ways we can get rid of Blood Moon happen to be white. Yeah, Reanimates seems like it's an ideal card with the Ephemerate package, stuff like that. I did the unthinkable and I net decked. I know Mistman was playing with this deck a bit. But we have just Fragment Reality, Flexible Removal, Source of Plowshare, more removal, Vexing Bauble for the Show and Tell matchups. Notably, this will counter your own Evoke Elemental, so be mindful of that. We have Orcish Bowmasters for the heavier draw matchups, Disruptor Flute. And then I swapped, there was a 4th Solitude. I want to try out a Meat Hook Massacre against the kind of go wide decks. It's another way we could gain life and keeps us alive. You can also play Toxic Deluge in this spot. It just depends on what you kind of want to play in there. So let's give this one a go. We'll see how it plays out. I have a grand total of 0 games played with this. So we are going to learn the deck. We're going to play the deck and hopefully succeed with the deck. I crafted the Saint Elendas. I played them like 3 times, and I want to get at least some value out of those mythics I use there. So let's lock in, and we will jam some Timeless. Let me know, for those interested in playing this event, what is the first deck you are going to be taking to the event? So the first match could kind of be iffy. Sometimes you get like starter decks or stuff like that. This is probably the spikiest of formats that we have on Arena. Very, very high power level. Turn 2 wins are not uncommon. So we had the combo if we had the land, but fortunately no lands. I think we got a mulligan again. Okay, I think we keep... We put back Dark Ritual, put back the Plains. So notably... Okay, so this is the starter deck, and they're gonna get double griefed on turn 1. Welcome to Timeless moment. At first hand, if we had one land, it was just combo heaven. So you do want to be in full control to use the grief. Oh, actually, I don't have anything to pitch to grief. So it makes the hand a little worse. Okay, so we do need a black card. Wasn't even thinking of that. Well, I mean, Divine Purge will be good. If we draw a black card, it'll be nice, but a little bit of an awkward one. So they were just on white land. Okay. This at least buys us some time. So Sorin's a good draw here. My untapped is not open. There we go. Okay, ask and you will be rewarded. So we're gonna put Lenda here. We could just get Inspiring Cleric. And then we can ephemerate it. Might have to restart my client after this. It's being a little particular. Oh. Forgot my water. Sorin did what it needed to do. Okay, so we could Necro here, but... So just keep making more bodies. Just casual. So the first one's kind of iffy. It's unfortunate that they kind of get new players in here. Like, there's no reason this deck should be playing in this format. I mean, Alcazatz is a real card. This was like a multi 5. I want to attack with Saint Alenda, just it's 4 power, it's big enough to attack in. Concede the opponent if you want. So I think they're still technically alive this turn. They go up to 13, they take 8. Just alive. So we'll draw a bunch of cards here. I hate how, like, they haven't updated the UI on this. So set an end step stop. No grief. Or no, Solitude. I was just gonna Solitude away. Yeah, they got some bats, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna fragment their Aclazotz here. So we're just showing what the deck can do here. Kind of bullying a newer player, unfortunately. You got me. You've Sonic struck me. So Bowmaster's probably not that great here. They're just dead. Whatever. Opponent's battling mightily. Dead match. Okay, so this matchup, just bring in the removal, I think. Meat Hook seems good. Coming out. Maybe Trim. Maybe Trim. Honestly, don't think we need Grief in this matchup. Peddler's fine. Maybe we still play a couple Griefs over Peddler. Still have a reasonable amount of black cards. Second pitch. So a fake card, sometimes they call alchemy cards fake. So like that Thanalenda, that big vampire we're doing, is not a real paper magic card. It's a digital card. It does let you draft from a spell book. So you choose one of 4 cards that exist in paper. They're all themed around gaining 4 life with some effect that triggers subsequent ability that makes you a avatar creature. So it's kind of a vampire version of Sarah Avatar, which was a older mythic white creature that you made creatures based on the number of life you gained. This is like, Fragment Reality is just a flexible removal spell. This is one of our fake cards. This hand doesn't do much. I think we keep this hand. I'm just gonna put Solitude back. We just need to find a vampire here and we're good. Or, you know, just turn 1 Necro. Seems good. So we'll do this for like 10 probably. Five, 6, 7. So we have Grief, so we can Grief Scam next turn. We could also Grief Reanimate. So let's get rid of a Sorin. Marshlands, Marshlands. Shadowy Backstreet. 2 more. All right. Just go. Why I have resolve all on. Tiny Bones. So here, enter full control. I think we ephemerate here. Steal a bunch of their cards. Exile, target an online permanent. So we could take Banishing Light. Weird UI. We'll take the Cleric here. Okay, I think we end here for now. Ah, it's a tap land. It's a tap land. So they can attack. This takes us down. We've done so much damage to ourselves. I think we're just gonna take this. I could swords myself. So we rebound here. Take their last card. Let's see what's on top. This will help us decide. So we don't want Backstreet back. So we are taking 3 here, so I do need to swords or I have to fragment that. Our mana's a little awkward. So if I swords myself, I go to 3. I can block here, take 3. It's not great. I think we just fragment here. Try to stay alive. Think we do that? Could steal the top card of their library. Because then Sorin can give this lifelink after. Case of the Cursed Skeleton. No blocks. So I have two choices. Sorin goes up to 5. This could just be a good distraction. Oh, I'm actually dead. Oops. I walked too close to the sun. I walked too close to the sun. I had to just Divine Purge there. Okay, let's see if they mess it up. We necroed too hard. Yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad. We got too cute with it. I just needed to Divine Purge here. Alright. Too cute. Too cute. Honestly, these griefs aren't that great. Let's just play Peddlers. Honestly, with what they're showing, it's just Bowmasters, actually. That one was a little too cute. I was having too much fun drawing cards. It's kind of silly we didn't draw, like, any of the effects. I just had to purge there. Okay. Sounds fine. Just go into Sorin. In the Ephemerate, Shadowy Backstreet helps us find a land. This deck mulligans so much. Hey Juan. So this list is from Missman. I took it from his website. The link for the deck list is in the video description. The only change I made from that link is I got rid of Mishra's Bauble and I played some Reanimate instead. So let's get rid of Ephemerate. You're not a land, so we don't want you. Tiny Bones joins up. We just want to go into our combo. I did post a bunch of deck lists if folks are looking to play a whole wide array, whether it be show and tell, combo, stuff like that. Can you... Now there's suddenly a discard deck? So... We'll just face fetter that. Thank you, thank you. This first match, it's against like a starter deck, so I'm not like super focused. We're playing kind of loose. We necroed a little too hard that first game. Is this a vampire? No. This already having lifelink. Oh, they should be dead in the next turn or so. Has anybody tried any runs yet? So they just went like full mind rot. So they have to block the big 8/8. Win. Orzhov Scam. Yeah, there's a lot of like things you can do in the format. I'm just gonna reset my client very quick because it is giving me trouble. Also, folks, if you are new to the channel, you'll see in the top right hand corner, we're at 13,999 subs. If you're not subbed, it's free. Helps me out, helps YouTube push up my content. We try to do videos every single day, keeping you up to date with the best decks across every format on MTG Arena. So hit that sub button. Oh no, so Greaser were only modern. So if you do have the Sorens, like if you have Vein Rippers, you could play Vein Rippers in the shell instead of Saint Alenda. Yeah, let's play first. I mean, we have to keep it. We have to do it. We're on the play. Vein Rippers. Mattia. Madia, thank you for the subscription. 14,000. We hit 14,000. Can't believe 14,000 people have subbed me talking about Magic. So obviously an untapped land would have been great there. So I'm gonna take the... I'm gonna take the Fatal Push first. And then I'll take the One Ring. Another land's probably fine. So I did that because they could do Revolt. We're gonna set an upkeep stop, and then we're gonna Thought Seize them on their draw step as well. Are you having fun, opponent? So, take Bowmaster. I don't want to give him a chance to respond. So I could bait them into... Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I could bait them into casting Dark Ritual. And then I could ephemerate the One Ring. I think we do that. Because with it on the stack, we get that card out of their hand. So we could take the One Ring. Then we just evoke. Oh, you know what? I messed that up. I should have done it on my upkeep when I had the trigger on the stack. That was a mistake. I thought this was going to stay in play. I messed that up. That was a me problem. That was my error. Learning the deck. Learning the deck. So unfortunately, we already got our shadowy. Oh, we got more shadowy. Beautiful. Don't want dark ritual. So it's kind of who finds their payoff card now. For just love to see drawing 5 lines. So Bowmasters come in. Surgicals, get out these Divine Purges. I'll bring in a Flute. Fragments, probably fine. Actually, I'm gonna keep it like this. Reanimate's fine. Swords is fine. One of Fragment is fine. I think I'm gonna cut. Maybe we get rid of a Peddler. Flute naming like One Ring is good. You want this top end. Maybe it's just trim like on a troll. A tutor. I don't know what to cut. I guess if we played that properly on upkeep, we flash it in. We have another body there. They drew the second Shieldred. Shieldred's hard for us to beat. We're taking a lot of incidental damage. Yeah, we haven't played any show and tell. We haven't played against any energy. I was thinking we were playing that. We played against like a budget Lizards deck and now this mono black deck, which is kind of out of favor. Was hoping the turn we baited them into like the One Ring Dark Ritual line. They didn't draw like another threat. Because that would have been a good if they just hit like a land or something. I think we keep, but we don't combo yet. Well, I can anyways. I could pitch like the Grief, but I don't think I want to pitch the Grief. The one thing with this deck is like, I think... So... It's already on the stack. Yeah, I guess you can't. So they'll come in Mortuary Mire. I'm gonna just flash this in, name the One Ring. Bant? What were they playing in Bant? Just, like Leyline, yeah, probably, but I guess it's just like control. So it's funny, I can name this polluted delta and then strip mine them. Not the One Ring to rule them all. So I can shock in... I think we just play it slow. Okay. I guess it helps with the ramp portion, but... I think I might just prefer the mono black version with the Sorns. Let's first one to blink here. I think we keep. So Dark Ritual. I'll grief them, and then I have Ephemerate up. Slow and steady. 4-mana discard. If they try to Fatal Push it, I have Ephemerate. So they are a scam version of the deck as well. I took out Lily because of the minus. I'm surprised they haven't surgicaled my Sorin yet. So I will probably want to get it into play. So this can seek a card to hand. I want to try to bait this out. Because I don't want this Ephemerate to get hit by the surgical. So not dead after all. Until the end of turn when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield. Removal. Oh, Ephemerate goes into exile. So I'm actually okay. I don't have creatures in my graveyard, so this reanimate doesn't do much. So I think we are taking... Not dead after all. So they'll reanimate Bowmaster. I'll play my own Bowmaster. Kill theirs. Might have been right to just do that. Ah, that kills my thing. That was dumb. So they can Surgical Grief here. That was dumb. Banned in Modern. The playable here. So they can sack that to... So I probably should have gone face there. Yeah, we missequenced this. To be honest, I'm not loving this deck. I'm finding it, like, pretty inconsistent. Like, I'm not taking the most optimal lines. That's not bad. Show me your secrets. They can Surgical here. So probably just throw the... Honestly, if they attack, I might just take the damage onto Soren. Okay. We got him. Played poorly, still won. I think I want the Peddler. That's probably fine. Necro's fine. I think I'm just gonna cut Troll. They're on their own reanimates, so I don't think I want to take the reanimates. Or sorry, I don't want to give them a good target with reanimate. This hand's like so close to being perfect. All right. This is the keep hand. No Thoughtseize on one. Like Jeskai Energy Control, Vince? Or like... You check my Aether Hub. So yeah, it looks like it's... No! No! I mean, I get to Surgical their grief at least, but they get to take my... Necro. They should take my Necro. I mean, they could take Surgical first. Let's see if there's anything for Timeless. I don't think Peddler's good enough. So I'm doing this now because in case they draw. They have Reanimate, so they had it. We just didn't draw it in time. So I might have made sense to keep that, but I can Necro away their One Ring at least. Shieldred, One Ring, Lily, consuming Deathrite. So Deathrite's worth noting. So I take the One Ring. No, damn it! Oh, that was dumb. I forgot they had the well, I guess I didn't know they had Reanimate in hand. Oh my god. Ha! Magic is easy. So I could Juggernaut this turn. No, just don't be dumb. Five, 6, 2, 7. Got an end step. Solitude's nice. Why do we only draw lines? So I could blink Solitude, but I think I want to leave. I mean, that'll give me some attacks, so. Then set my upkeep. There's a lot of weird stops on this. I'll check the energy deck in a sec. Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor for lands, maybe Grief. Yeah, so you can upkeep, I think, and do it with the Ephemerate. kind of don't want to shock, but I want access to another white. So like the question, do I just... Because if I have fragment, but I'm not using fragment anyways. Let's just do 4 here. Hey, combo, 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 combo. Combo time. This deck's hard to play. Vince, deck list is in the chat for the energy one. That's from Untapped. It's got about a 60% win rate. Interesting they're playing mono black, but we didn't see Necro out of them. They're just playing One Ring instead. One Ring Shieldred. Alright, I think the opponent is not having any more fun. Bye-bye, Jug. How we doing today, chat? Premier Scam Artists. This is a weird game. We surgicaled their Scam Artistry, then they reanimated our Peddler. But our Necros come out strong. This should take us 2-0. Can't tell if they disconnected or we're just getting salt roped. So that takes us to 2-0. I think the client audio just completely crapped out on me. So bad. Nice for Jetter. We might do that next, depending on how long this one goes. Oh, you're doing Rescaminator. Okay, no, I was gonna do, I'll show you the frog version. It's, so I found this list. I was watching a streamer, like a VTuber, but they're top 10 mythic with, it's like, the Flare version. So Flare, Denial, and then you have like Thunder Trap Trainer and Baleful Strix, both like 8 cards that cycle that then also can pitch to Flare Denial, like sack. And then it's just like Dimir Tempo Frog. So I'm going to probably play that one after that, depending on how this goes. We're 2-0. We've technically come out ahead, which is all that we want. 3-0 gets us our money back and 3 packs. We've played sloppy and won, which is a good sign for the deck. Yeah, I think it was that. Meowdic. Like blue colorways, black hair. It's a VTuber, so it's hard to describe like some of it. They were on like late at night. Like first. I think this is fine. Maybe not. I know it's tough. Like this is energy. We have no game. Right, we're, mind you, we're like a Sorin away. Like I could pitch Grief on 1, Peddler on 2, but then that's kind of my whole... Let's try. So kind of mess up their hand here. Okay, so they're Mardu energy. They have swords available. I think we have to get rid of bombardment. Swords is bad for Alenda. Yeah, this hand's a little sketch. Let's get rid of Raptor. Block. Yeah, like, it was tight play. Like, I was watching it without audio on because it was at night. But like they were winning a lot. So they are the Mardu version, so we're less likely to have to worry about Blood Moon out of them, as opposed to the Boros version. We also don't draw cards, so we don't care. Okay, so they opt to go with that first. Don't think we want Grief. Let's see. Second bombardment doesn't really do much. I want to play around. I want to play around their Swords to Plowshare. Galvanic, they have Oscillates. They have the Galvanic Discharge. They have 1 card left, which is a land. It can also be this Oscillate's Pride. They've drawn well. Let's see, Pride come down. Sorin would be great here. I think I have to take the swords. we've just drawn a ton of lands. Yeah, Martin. After this game, I'll pull it. Just remind me. So we've torn apart their hand. Their hand's just Juggernaut Peddlertron. I just don't have a handy. So they could just start playing Peddlers if they want. They have to sack the Amped Raptor here. Can I have a Sorin? Off the top of Sorin, please. One-time Sorin. Oh, we're just flooding terribly here. We're Sorin away from popping off. The hand was a little sketch to begin with. Flourish to hand. So I'm gonna fetch first. Gives me information if I want to block or not. Think I block. It just makes Necro better. It makes... Okay, that's very good. Okay, so realistically, I could blow up a Goblin Bombardment that doesn't do much on its own. So we Saint Alenda here. So we have a couple different lines. The Inspiring Cleric probably is the one though. This gives me a blocker. Gives me a couple blockers. And then if I Divine Purge, I can recast this, so it's got some value. Because they're going to lure us here, then they're going to play out Ocelote's Pride. They have the option to sack stuff to the Pride. What we won't do is block with Saint Alenda here. Just because they can get it back. Budget in Timeless is a little tough. You can try some like burn decks that could potentially work. So they didn't sack even the tokens, they misplayed there. So we'll Alenda here. Yeah, Rakdos Burn. You can check out, there's like video, if you go to my Aether Hub, search by Timeless, type Rakdos Burn. You'll be able to find some stuff there. That's probably your closest. Especially with Modern Horizons, it pushed up the rarity count. Like, even with this deck here, I have a big collection, and I'm still kind of limited. Alright, I got Ocelote's Pride. Kind of souls. So technically that can't block. Guess the question is, do I want something? Probably just doing this. Because I want to attack in here. Holy lands, Batman. Because they can just block and sack. We do need to find some evasion. Because they're going to start being able to make a lot of cats. Let's hold this land. I mean, we got big creatures. A Divine Purge would go hard. Solitude would go hard. Flying here. They'll be able to have City's Blessings. Ah. Divine Purge. Divine Purge. We can take a card from their hand. Problem is now they can just ping off my big creatures, which is very frustrating. Like, we're not out of the wood. Static Prison. Because they had double bombardment, it was hard. Like, we could have maybe prioritized killing that. We didn't know we were going to hit the Ephemerate. Divine Purge. They just get so many creatures now. Purge. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. 10 lands. Arena decided you will not play Magic today. I'm just letting him use timer. The games could go long, so... The Johnny flips. That was some bullshit. Massacre. Let's bring in the Bowmasters. I like having the removal. So... I think we probably don't want Peddler. Probably don't want Reanimate. Shermana Necro. Shermana Tutor. Troll. I mean, we are in there, we're doing our thing, and 4, 5, 6 straight line drops. I'm not going to let you catch up that well. Anybody got 7 wins yet? I think we do 4 here. There is a reason to maybe wait till the following turn. That hand looks sick. It's probably Fragment. Because I'm going to Divine Purge potentially, but potentially not. Maybe we just get rid of a Fragment. Because this can hit, whatchamacallit? Monkey. Let's just draw 2 here. Necros have diminishing returns. Like, if you have the 4, play it. But, like, against energy, the deck's very aggressive. If we had a Necro, we couldn't really be drawing too many cards in that situation. Like, the issue was we drew, like... and so lands. Hey, Saint Alenda combo in hand. Fortunately, we can't grief this. We can't do it. I could Dark Ritual into the combo while having backup. Probably don't need Ritual at this point, to be honest. We do have Ephemerate, which is nice. Don't think we need Griefs. That is certainly annoying. So they can break up the combo here. Do you have access to Solitude Ephemerate? I think we're gonna do this. Gonna get my Necro back. They don't have a pause. So I can soar in here, it doesn't do too much. I guess I can do this now. Just pass the turn, I think. Don't really need Peddler. I was hoping for a line drop. Guide of Souls. Okay, so definitely here. We'll ephemerate here. Get rid of Juggernaut. So this way it kind of shuts that off. It's actually an interesting line if we consider doing Bowmaster here, but probably not. I'll ping here. I want to gain the life. Like I could soar in here. It gets me one card deeper. They would need a couple effects to... Let's do 4 here. We'll refill our hand a bit. Okay, or just 4 lands. 4 lands is also cool. Sure. So they have Bowmaster here. They Bowmaster my Bowmaster. It's fine. They can take the block. I could have popped that in, but I think doing it on their turn might be better if they have like a Ragavan or something. Because what they would do otherwise is like, yeah, we got the combo, we got that, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's discard these 2. Because if I ping them in the face, they sack the 2 creatures, I don't gain the life. So I think the trade's fine. Here. We're gonna invoke the Divine, the Goblin Bombardment, so they can kill my Sorin, but they would have to sack their board. Now we meat hook. Ah, shit. I forgot to draw cards. I forgot to draw cards. Amped Raptor. Alright, Static Prison. So we can pivot pretty hard here. So we kind of messed up. Because if I cast... So if it was at that turn where with the block, if I cast the second Bomi, they sack their creatures, I don't gain life. I wanted to draw more cards. As opposed to just getting that damage in. Can't sack a creature. Okay. They're dead. They're dead. Because they had bombardment. I make it bigger, they sack the two creatures, there's no creatures to deal damage to, so it kind of nullifies it. Okay, so Necro was good there. Question is, do we play another copy of it? Might just want these on the play. Is that a grief? This grief's gonna be... Yeah, it's a cool one. I think I want another vampire. Just like some Vein Rippers in here potentially. Just something else to do with Sorin, because we've had games where we've had Sorin, no Lenda. It's probably fine. Just play them into the Purge. Fragment's good because if they have bombardment, I can just get rid of it. We're probably getting Shadowy Backstreet here. Had a nice disruptive hand. So we are behind on clock, so we do have to pick up our pace. The Necros do take quite a bit of time. I think we want Ephemerate. Their hands all lands. Now I kind of want Ephemerate, because if they go lowest to hand, I want to take it. Damn it. So they kept the Thoughtseize. I think the trade there is fine. It's like they're gonna block on the backside. So the question here, do I want to swords this or fragment it? We're probably just going swords here. And Necro's sick. Let's go 5. And get rid of Backstreet here. And then because we have double purge, they go Luris, they cast their thing. They're going Amtraptor instead. I think that's fine. Did I discard Solitude? Oh, I thought... Oh, no, I do have Solitude. We'll just do this. It's probably Demonic Tutor. We don't really need Tutor at this point. Our hand's like gas. This is going to keep them busy spending mana. So our hand's like gas into this. I could just start beating down with the Juggernaut. Just kind of get them that way. Question is, do I want to fragment here? Get some of smaller creatures so it doesn't let him... Probably not. I'm just going to get back streets here. So they can't really attack in here. They're gonna have to keep maintaining the prison. Otherwise I draw cards. No, we drew Sorin. So you just started playing Magic. Are Burn Bow released? No. If you just started Magic, Timeless is the most advanced format. It's very difficult. I'm misplaying a bit. It's got the biggest card pool. It's very intimidating. I would suggest playing Standard to start off. Gives you kind of the best way to kind of learn the format, learn the decks, stuff like that. I can go second Peddler here. Just increases the clock. Just taking that. There's a lot of mechanics in this set. It's also very expensive to start crafting, and you have the chance of crafting a deck that you might not like, especially if you're still new in your Magic journey. Yeah, it's a lot of confusing. What you should do is check out on my channel. I do a weekly metagame breakdown. So there is one for standard that you can check out. It'll give you a bunch of deck lists. I explain how all the deck lists work, cards included in them, everything like that. So it's a really good way to get started. The little Bowmaster here. They can kill one of my Juggernauts. I'll sweep their board. Does it even make sense to sweep? An interesting consideration. Probably not. Like, they attack this for 3, they play Luris. So then you can maybe start looking at, like, Historic. It's a broader card pool. There might be things of interest there for you. But, the other thing to do is try best of 3 with sideboarding. It does tend to be a bit slower of a metagame. So we're just kind of going through the motions here. We're at 9. I should pick up my pace of play. So I have Bowmaster that can pick off something here, which is nice. Gives me another attacker. We might just go face. Guide of Souls. Just do this. Get their blocker out of the way. So we're just doing this, gaining a bunch of life. Let's do 4 here. Discard Ephemerate. Discard Dark Ritual. Actually, I should have kept Dark Ritual. I could have Dark Ritual, cast Solitude, and then exiled stuff. I don't know. We're very far ahead. Yeah, check out Timeless. I'll be doing one for Explorer as well. Explorer is kind of the middle point, so it's between standard and some of the more eternal formats. It's all real to paper cards, as opposed to standard, where let's see if they attack here. They know I have the Ephemerate. or Solitude, actually. Want to get a little cheeky. Do I actually even care about that? Probably not. So I'm just going to do it on my own token. It gains me some life, and then it gives me 8 power. So it's exact lethal here. The format just got major ban list shakeups, so it's something that people are definitely trying out. It's still only been like less than a week after the bans, so it's hard to say for sure. You know, is this the best format? Whatever it may be. All right, I think I've demoralized our opponent. So mono red's not playable outside of maybe Timeless Best of One. If you're doing burn, you could kind of sneak some games. It's you might Rakdos Burn's a little bit better because you get access to Bowmaster, disruption effects, stuff like that. Rakdos, Grixis, Shadow. Shadow's been mostly pushed out of the format. What we're seeing instead of Shadow is the Dimir kind of tempo decks. Similar ideas. You can play Grixis if you want. I have to get the deck list for the Dimir deck as well. I will paste that and I'll show you the deck list. Now, give me a break because that one took a lot of thinking. 3-0. Get me some water. Bruno, if you don't have a lot of the cards, I'd stay clear of it. It's more of a fun of. I don't know how high their MMR was. It's a little disjointed. There's better decks, I think. You can. You're in the Discord, I think. Ping me afterwards. I'll find you the Naya Legends deck. It did well in a Japanese tournament. That one's much better. It's a lot more consistent of a deck. It plays Annie, joins up, or Roxanne, it plays Annie joins up, it plays the big dragon, stuff like that. So this is kind of, for those asking about the Grixis Shadows, the decks kind of evolved into this kind of version. So this one's a little unique. This one is from a streamer that was like top 10 Mythic. So what it's using is Baleful Strix and Thundertrap Trainer. These are cheap creatures that you can sack. The Flare Denial is another cheap counterspell. Some of these versions will play Nethergoyf instead, but the kind of big card that came in that's replaced a lot of the Death Shadows. Yeah, I think Kibler had a Naya one as well, is Psychic Frog. Much better card in the deck itself. So let me get this one onto the Aether Hub. I think it was Vince, if I'm not mistaken, who's looking for it. That up there. Remember, folks, if you do enjoy this type of content, we do a bunch of gameplay, we do metagame breakdowns, we talk a lot about Magic. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, we just hit 14,000 subs. So it's free to subscribe. Just hit that button. It's greatly appreciated if you can. Get this going. That's mid-range. I mean, this person was like top 10 and they were winning a ton of games from what I saw. You're going real boomer. Delvers. Card that hasn't... Bruno, thank you for the member. Thank you, I appreciate it. Let's keep going, folks. We are currently up 3 packs, net out the gold. So we are going for 5 packs, 2,500. Welcome, Leo. Welcome to the world of Magic. We are playing the most convoluted format on Arena, the most expensive format. This is... Okay, well, let's try. Bruno, thank you again. Well, I don't want to see control with this hand. Grief would be good. I mean, I could just continually jam Sorens and just be like, do you have an answer? That's a good draw. That was a good draw. High Noon, Swords of Plowshare, Flagy. So normally I would love to hit Flage, just get it completely out of the game. But that requires opponent to have a land. I'm trying to bait them into using that. Perfect. Let's Soren here. Got him. All right. So it allows us those are typically called fetch lands. I'll explain in a sec. Let me just sideboard and I happily explain why we play those types of cards. Do I want Flute for Teferi? Probably not. Over under on them being a one-ring deck, also pretty high. LRM, thank you, thank you. Fragments, probably don't want Fragment. Reanimate's probably fine. Glenda's there. Let's just take out these Divine Purges. Take out the Meat Hook Massacre. That shouldn't have been in. I could do Swords, but I think we just try to get rid of Flage. Maybe we play... I got Solitudes. That's probably fine. Yeah, we're playing Vanguard Central. So that Dimir list I linked is from a streamer. I'll get their name in a second. They are currently top 10 with it. So it deviates a little bit from the stock list, but it was a popular... Like, the archetype can be built a number of different ways. They're opting to go with the Flare version. I mean, I'm not going to get stifled here. I can't afford to. Keep a land. Yeah, so the reason we play fetch lands is it allows us to hit either color land. We can hit off-color lands with our deck. So if we have a splash for a third color, you'll notice some of them are like blue-black, which allows us to fetch off-color lands in our deck. So this is kind of a way to to play a bunch of different colors in the deck. It also lets us, at our opponent's end step, if we don't have a play, we can fetch our Surveil lands, where we don't care if it comes into play untapped. Jeez, so many lands. Because we have Necro, I think I just want to prioritize non-pain lands. Hey Mike, doing well. We are 3-0, winning some games. How are you doing? I mean, we probably just start jamming. Like, they need to have answers. So the more we just kind of force them to having answers. Okay, counterspell. Like, if... Kind of annoying, because Saint Alenda, if we discard it here, it gets exiled. Our Necros only hit lands. Okay, so they're going to name Necro here, so let's draw 2 cards. Should have actually surveilled first. Don't think we want Ephemerate. I overdrew there because this is basically our last chance to draw cards. It's fine. Got out of removal. Surgical Suite. Surgical is sweet. I can get rid of Flage that way. Maybe I should have kept the lands, but... Okay, well, want to see opponent concede? Ley lines, all the swords in the world. Impatient, impatient gamer. Oh, they're only playing 1 Flage. High Noons, Mana Drain, so how are they winning? There's some Solitudes, some Teferi Tucks. And just boredom. I guess they had the other one in the hand. This is fine. I can draw a bunch of cards now. Yeah, I made a couple of changes. Yeah, Bruno, just ping me in the Discord, and then I will happily take a look after the stream. Because I'll probably end up just having to walk the dog right after, figure out dinner, and then once I'm wrapped up, I will find you the list. I think we just do this. Since we can only play one card, we're just going to take the swords from them. This gets rid of their last effect. And we're going to draw 2. This can deal 5 damage, so we need to keep our life total at a semi-reasonable amount. Probably discard Demonic. We don't really need it. I draw like every card. Yeah, I think Tep's too slow. Opponent hates combo decks. You got me. Whatever will I do? How will we overcome this? So I can Sorin Alenda, blow up High Noon. No, I can't. Because I can't cast a second spell, so... Probably just... Memory, sweet. Yeah, so if you have a lot of the cards... Give me 1 sec. So they could bounce my token. So Mardu and Boros Energy are 2 of the stronger decks in the format. If you check my Aether Hub, I just posted a video. If you go to the video playlist with the best decks for this challenge, you can see all the decks listed out there. Swords there. Bit annoying, not the end of the world. Get rid of High Noon here. It's annoying me. And also just do this. kill Teferi there. Draw like, how many cards in the library? We'll draw 4. Maybe draw 5. I don't think the opponent's having fun. They brought in the prison deck. I got a 17-17. Deuces. Bye, friend. Or X 1 5 gold obtained 2,500. All right, I'm gonna pull up the deck list for 1 sec. I just need to run to the washroom really quick. So I will be back in like 1 second. Just need to pee. We've been streaming for 2 hours and I've drank a lot of water. Give me 1 sec. Dying from like the second game I had to go. So folks, we are pushing up. Next task, double our packs to 10. Let me know, chat, how many wins you think we're going to get to. 5, 6, 7. I guess 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me know where you think we end up. We will queue up the next one. This Necropotence card might be good. I wonder why no one plays it. It doesn't see enough play. Like, it's working in our deck, but there's a significant, like, limitation to playing it. We go first. Don't really have the combo, but we have Purge. Luris most likely is going to be energy, so I'm going to play as though it is energy. What if we just fetch Surveil Glenelenda? Okay, this is Dimir control. Dimir tempo. So, waited for them to use the bauble first because it lets us see an additional card. So I'm doing this, I want to thin out my deck further, just increase the likelihood we find something. So they have push, sink into stupor as their land, Nethergoyf, Nethergoyf. That's a land as well, but I think we're just going to take the fatal push. Force them into playing creatures out. Easy 6. I mean, we're trying to go for 7. I just spent like 11 rare mythic wild cards to build this deck, so I need to get some back. So this is our first look at one of the Dimir tempo lists. I think we're just passing the turn here. Want to encourage them to commit more to the board. Blink the Dust comes in. So ideally, they just go double Netherglyph. Do it. Do it! We need to be mindful that they do have Cling to the Dust in their deck. Get purged! Cameo's kind of scary. Don't care so much about grief. Anujif, thank you for the sub. Fortunately, we're one off of griefing them this turn, but Soren can gain a bunch of life. Peddler is a real one. Purge isn't bad. But I think what I want do this, have my grief. Have my grief trade off. Because this could only be blocked by 3 or more. Because it forces them to have some blockers. So the one big notable difference with the Modern Horizon 3, it's draw a card as opposed to put into your hand. Draw a card makes it much worse into Bowmaster. You can play it, it has a similar effect, but you will be worse into Bowmasters. I mean, do I even care about this? Just keep grief alive. If they attack with Netherglyph, then I will. So they can Bowmaster, they can Cling here, they can draw a card. So they have to decide now if they want to draw the card or they lose the treasure. So they have access to Bowmaster, but... Alright, on the board! Dimir, boys! I like Meat Hook here, like the Bowmasters, just all the cheap removal coming in. I think I like Surgical, but we'll see where we land on that. They're more than likely going to bring in some Graveyard Hate, so that's something we need to be mindful of. How do we do this? So I think we're going to take Briefs out. I don't mind the Juggernaut Peddlers. I think I'm going to take out Demonic Tutor. Like, we're just going to play as a bigger control deck, I think. Reanimate's actually fine, because we just reanimate their threats. Trim a Troll. Trim a Necro. Get rid of all the Ephemerates. I don't know. Trust me, I'm a trained professional at making this sideboard up as we go along. Fine. The Meat Hook's a little worse in this matchup. Their creatures do kind of scale a little bit outside. Nethergoyf, stuff of that nature. So Bobble. Again, they may have Stifle. I don't want to get stifled. I just want to hit my line drops here. We have the combo. They know about Sorin as well from the Bobble, so that is known information. Now, notably, their mana is currently not allowing them to hold up mana drain on 3. This is an interesting line, because I can hold up Bowmaster. Which I think we do. Just... Pithing Needle is actually very strong, so you can name Necropotence, it's an activated ability. You can name any of the Planeswalkers, you can name Sorin, stuff like that. You can name the One Ring, you can name Yawgmoth, any of those types of effects. You can name Goblin Bombardment, you can name the flip side of a Johnny. Okay, so they're protecting some cards with the Brainstorm. Yeah, Fatal Pushed here. Thoughtseize, Tamiyo. I think I'm cool with them double Thoughtseizing us. So they have to take, like, Saint Elenda and Reanimate. Take Sorin. Guess they could take Reanimate here. Makes it a little worse. No worries. There's usually some logic. You'll usually see Needle or Flute. They kind of play similar in ways, but Flute taxes, Needle's a little cheaper. So you'll usually see effects like that. Sure. So they're at 9 here. We'll likely put Drown in the lock back on top. So we're in a bit of a rough spot. You need to have a counter here or a removal. So, because they have the counter, I think we do this. It's actually pretty solid for us. So, pretty aggressive on their part. We lose a point of damage. But now we're like racing this big dumb idiot. I could also just trade with it. Ah, that sucks. Could have another Bowmaster, could have a Sorin. Oh my god. Oh my. Did we have fun? We had fun. We are at 5-0. 3,000 gold, 10 packs. I will catch up the chat in 1 second. Alright, hello, I've never played Explorer Pioneer. Do you think Is It Phoenix a good craft with meta stabilized? Is It Phoenix is likely the best deck in the format. Having said that, you will be the deck people are most going to be planning on facing against or like metagaming for is It Phoenix. So you should play a different like transformational sideboard. So things like Fable the Mirror Breaker, Crackling Drake, stuff of that nature, all cards you might want to consider. Is very strong deck. How it didn't get something banned, very surprising to me. Yeah. Deep. Full control mode activated. Do I get rid of Sorin or Peddler? Probably Peddler. Yeah, Phoenix is also very hard. Like, there's gonna be times you just kind of get lucky, or like have the natural kind of gas, if you would. What if I just took all your 1-drops? Was that a good turn, chat? Oh, I'll take a Solitude. So we'll just pass the turn here. They fetch, they get a tap line. Omnixus is going to be a bit scary. Would have loved to taken it, but taking Guide of Souls just screws up their draw. It might have made sense given that we had the Divine Purge to go that route. So we're gonna fetch here. Get a Backstreet Boys back. We want to land on top for Sorin. Much as I want Necro, it's too many turns away. I was hoping that we just get the concede out of them. Did they draw the removal? If this is Bowmaster, I think I need to Solitude. Mardu usually doesn't play Blood Moon, so you don't have to fetch around it. Obviously, given that, we're just going to Divine Purge here. Okay, so another land's nice for us. Obviously, Saint Elenda, Necropotence. Oh, please, Lord, give me a land. You... That's so shitty. If we had a land, we would have been fine. Just didn't see kind of our follow-up plays here. We took the early plays. It might have been right to take Obnixis, but I think we kind of stopped them, the early plays. We just need to draw something. At this point, we're like a Glenelenda. Honestly, even like Reanimate goes pretty good here. Necro's not bad. How about another land, the deck says? It's a blocker for a turn, keeps me alive one more turn. Divine Purge could kind of keep me alive a little bit longer. And if we just hit that line for grief, we're in such a different game, not having to pitch both. I have a blocker back. See, Amp Raptor. Naturally into Bombardment. Bowmaster kill. Yeah, they just got it. Too much value. Because they can make tokens and then sack. Bowmasters, bring it. This. Take out a Troll. Take out a Necro. Trim on that. Trim on that. Think so. It's a bit tricky because, like, against the obs, I do want grief. I just don't think we could 2-for-1 ourselves that reliably. Ephemerate fine. Just like that. Grief doesn't block well, doesn't kill stuff. We just need a little bit more value. Got a couple games now where like we've stripped their hand, but we just didn't have the follow-up. This has the combo, so we're gonna keep. I'll probably fetch a swamp first, because then use troll. Maybe I don't. No, I probably still want to Juggernaut this turn, because if they have like Swords to Plowshare or something, or a discard effect, I want to hit it out of their hand. So we might see them hopefully burn this removal, which they do. Beautiful. Play Oscillates. Okay, well, we're on Sorentron. I don't love doing this, but I think we have to, just because I want to have both Necro and Divine Purge available as options. So this doesn't actually get rid of any of those cards. So we have two options. I think we go the Inspiring Cleric here. We could have drawn a card, but this gives me more blockers. Guide of Souls. Guide of Souls. You have a third creature. They might have drawn another Galvanic, which is the worst case. Especially with the so they had to have like Souls, Land, Galvanic after we've already seen one of the Galvanics. Which, if they do, they got us. Some sort of show and tell or Mardu energy, what we're playing against right now. Yeah. We lost this one, but they kind of had it on us. And that is good. Kill Guide of Souls, kill Guide of Souls. They had to have, like... Yeah, the games are good. We're 5-0. We've won 10 packs. 1,000 bonus gold. Kind of cheese that they had, like, the perfect draw there. I'm letting him use energy here. I mean, if they drew another removal, they have it, but they could have used it pre-combat. Gain 4, take a bunch on the crackback, probably fine. It lets him get distracted. Show and tell is basically, S&T is show and tell. You play a card called Show and Tell, you put it into play Omniscience for free, and then it's like a you win combo. I mean, Divine Purge off the top, Meat Hook Massacre off the top, Saint Elenda off the top, Necro off the top. Got a lot of options. Dark Ritual is not that option we want. This one's frustrating. drew triple. Doesn't matter. They go wide. I need to have meat hook. But anyways. Alright, well, 5 wins, still a solid outing. They had to rip the nuts. We had turn 3 combo, they had exactly double Sky, double Oscillates, and the other discharge after we discarded both the removal spells from hand. They didn't have that. We take over the game, we win at that point there. There's nothing they could have done. But they got us. Mardu's like the best deck, or one of the best decks in the format. So can't really do too much in that case. Can't feel too bad. We put up an honest to goodness fight. Get our 10 packs. Yeah, anything over 3 wins, you're kind of laughing. Yeah, so there's the Eldrazi one. I'll pull it up in a sec. I'll explain the difference for folks. Here, I'll do this after. Give me a sec, I'll pull up the deck list. Untapped. So the Eldrazi one is one of the ones that wins. They're very similar concepts. So how the deck basically functions for show and tell for those unfamiliar. This is a combo kind of control deck, mainly on the combo side. The key pieces here is using a card called Show and Tell, which each player puts an artifact, enchantment, land, or creature onto the battlefield. So you go Show and Tell, you play Omniscience. From there, you basically just draw a bunch of cards, either casting Atraxa, Dig Through Time, Lorien Revealed, stuff like that. You want to get Mastermind's Acquisition out. Mastermind's Acquisition goes to your sideboard. It will search for... So this one's a little odd of it. Usually you have a second Masterminds in the sideboard. And then you go and get... so I like versions kind of like this in terms of the sideboard. So... so it should have Mastermind. And then mill 4. So I prefer to have the deterministic one. Return, it's like bonds. Bond of Insight. So how you do it, like the way I like to do it, Mastermind into Mastermind, Mastermind into Bonds of Insight, get back your 2 Masterminds, get Approach the Second Sun, cast Find It. It's deterministic in terms of getting it out. So you can kind of go from there. You can play fewer sideboard options and then leverage your deck to just kind of dig into it using things like Mystic Sanctuary to put cards on top to rebuy your Masterminds. I prefer just, if you're going to that level of the combo, to just win the combo that turn. Kind of with that. I need a lot of myth. I still need quite a bit to finish this deck. We'll see. I kind of want to play the Frog deck more. I feel like I'd craft this and be kind of bored. I might play the Eldrazi one. It seems more fun. To be honest, it's just less linear, but I'm going to wrap this one up. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll do probably Dimir Frog. We'll play some Dimir Frog tomorrow. These runs go pretty long, so thank you everyone who showed up today. Appreciate all that. If you're looking for deck lists for this event, there's a video on my channel, Best Decks for this event. You can find a bunch of deck lists there. If you missed any part of this video, I'll have it up so you can rewatch that. I will be back with the regular schedule. Best decks probably Monday, long weekend here in Canada. So I am going to enjoy some downtime last weekend of the summer. That's nice. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe. Appreciate all the support. Take it easy.